Alex was always on the move. From the moment he woke up to the time he finally laid his head down at night, his life was a whirlwind of activity. He thrived in the chaos, finding solace in the constant motion that defined his days. A man possessed by the relentless pursuit of success, Alex was driven by an insatiable hunger to achieve more. He was the epitome of dedication, often burning the midnight oil to meet his goals. His colleagues admired his work ethic, but few understood the toll it took on him. He measured his worth in billable hours and quarterly reports. Every project completed, every target met, was a testament to his value. Yet, beneath the surface there was a growing sense of emptiness. The numbers that once brought him pride now felt like chains, binding him to a life of perpetual busyness. His days were a blur of meetings, deadlines, and the constant ping of emails. Each notification was a reminder of the endless tasks awaiting his attention. The pressure was immense, but Alex wore it like a badge of honor. He believed that his ability to juggle so many responsibilities was proof of his competence. Time, in his mind, was a commodity to be maximized, exploited, and outmaneuvered. He scheduled every minute of his day, leaving little room for spontaneity. To Alex, efficiency was paramount, and any deviation from his meticulously planned routine was seen as a failure. I thrived on the adrenaline rush of closing deals, the thrill of sealing agreements that would propel my career forward. Each handshake, each contract signed, was a victory that fueled my ambition. The corporate world was my battlefield, and I was determined to emerge victorious. The thrill of climbing the corporate ladder was intoxicating. With every promotion I felt a surge of pride and validation. It was as if each step up was a confirmation of my worth, a tangible proof that I was on the right path. But with each ascent, the stakes grew higher and the pressure intensified. Each achievement fueled my ambition, pushing me further down a path paved with professional accolades. My office was adorned with awards and certificates, each one a testament to my hard work and dedication. But as the accolades piled up, so did the sacrifices. I began to realize that my relentless pursuit of success came at a cost, but devoid of genuine connections. Despite my professional success, I often found myself feeling isolated. The long hours and constant demands left little time for meaningful relationships. I was surrounded by people, yet I felt profoundly alone. The connections I craved were overshadowed by the relentless pursuit of my career goals. His life was a masterpiece of efficiency, a symphony of productivity. Every task was executed with precision, every minute accounted for. To the outside world, Alex seemed to have it all together. His workspace was immaculate, a reflection of his organized mind, but beneath the surface there was a growing discontent, yet it lacked the warmth of human touch, the richness of shared moments. The efficiency that defined his life came at a cost. The moments of joy and connection that make life meaningful were often sacrificed in the name of productivity. Alex began to question whether the success he had worked so hard for was worth the price he was paying. Alex believed that happiness was a destination, a reward for a life well lived. He envisioned a future where all his hard work would pay off, where he would finally be able to enjoy the fruits of his labor. But as the years went by, that future seemed increasingly elusive. The horizon he was chasing kept moving further away, a trophy to be claimed at the end of a successful career. He saw happiness as something to be earned, a prize that awaited him at the end of his journey. But the more he chased it, the more it slipped through his fingers. The realization began to dawn on him that perhaps he had been looking for happiness in the wrong places. I hadn't realized that life was happening now, in the quiet spaces between ambition and achievement. It took me a long time to understand that the moments I was rushing through were the very moments that made life worth living. The laughter of friends, the warmth of a loved one's embrace, these were the things that truly mattered. In the stolen moments of laughter and love, the joy of shared experiences, the comfort of knowing someone truly understands you, these were the treasures I had overlooked in my quest for success. I began to see that the true measure of a life well lived wasn't in the accolades or the achievements, but in the connections we make along the way. I was so busy chasing tomorrow that I forgot to live today. The future I was so focused on was robbing me of the present. I realized that if I didn't change my ways, I would look back on my life with regret, having missed out on the moments that truly mattered. It was time to slow down, to appreciate the here and now, and to find balance between ambition and contentment. Alex's relentless pursuit of success had come at a price. He was always the first to arrive at the office and the last to leave. The dimly lit room became a second home, a place where he poured his heart and soul into his work. The stacks of documents and the constant hum of the computer were his only companions. His relationships, much like his apartment, were sparsely furnished and rarely visited. The minimalist decor mirrored the emptiness he felt inside. The walls, bare and cold, echoed the silence that filled his life. Friends and family were distant memories replaced by the never-ending demands of his career. He had traded the warmth of family dinners for the cold comfort of takeout meals. Each bite of the lukewarm food reminded him of the laughter and conversations he was missing. The family photos on the wall seemed to mock him, a constant reminder of the life he had chosen to leave behind, the joy of childhood friendships for the superficiality of networking events. He attended countless formal gatherings, shaking hands and exchanging business cards, but the connections felt hollow. Memories of playing with friends as a child, carefree and full of joy, seemed like a distant dream. My parents, living a quiet life in their suburban home, found solace in their garden and each other's company. They spent their days tending to the flowers and vegetables, a simple yet fulfilling routine. The porch where they sat together in the evenings was a place of peace and reflection. Were reduced to voices on the other end of the phone, their laughter and stories lost in the static of a hurried conversation. Each call was a brief interruption in his busy schedule, a momentary connection that left them longing for more. Their calls often met with impatience and a promise to catch up later, but later never came. The promises were empty, a way to ease his guilt while he continued to prioritize work over family. My sister's life updates were skimmed through hastily, her words a blur as he focused on the next task at hand. The photos she sent, capturing moments of joy and celebration, were glanced at briefly before being set aside. Her invitations to family gatherings politely declined. Each event marked on the calendar was a reminder of what he was missing, but the demands of his career always took precedence. Alex justified his absence with the noble intention of providing for his family, of securing their future. He believed that the long hours and sacrifices were a testament to his love and dedication. The picture of his family on his desk was a constant reminder of his purpose, a motivation to keep pushing forward. He believed that material success was the greatest gift he could offer, a tangible proof of his efforts. Each business deal signed, each paycheck received, was a step closer to the life he envisioned for them, a testament to his love and devotion. But in his quest for success, he failed to see the growing distance between him and his loved ones. The hugs and goodbyes became routine, a part of the daily grind rather than moments of genuine connection. What I failed to realize was that true wealth wasn't measured in dollars and cents, but in the moments we share with those we love. The ticking clock was a constant reminder of the time slipping away, time that could never be reclaimed. But in the currency of shared experiences, the laughter of friends, the joy of family game nights, these were the moments that truly mattered, the memories that would last a lifetime, the irreplaceable moments that wove the tapestry of life. Each photo in the album, each birthday candle blown out, was a thread in the rich fabric of their shared history. And it was these moments, not the material success, that defined the true price of ambition. The call came on a Tuesday, shattering the illusion of control Alex had so carefully constructed around himself. He had always prided himself on his ability to manage every aspect of his life, from his demanding job to his meticulously planned social calendar. But in that moment as the phone rang, all of that seemed to crumble away. His mother had been hospitalized. The news hit him like a freight train, leaving him momentarily paralyzed. He had always seen his mother as a pillar of strength, someone who was always there, unwavering and constant. The thought of her being vulnerable, lying in a hospital bed, was almost too much to bear. The words hung in the air, heavy with unspoken fear, their gravity pulling him down from the lofty heights of his ambition. He had always been driven, always reaching for the next goal, the next achievement. But now, all of that seemed insignificant. The only thing that mattered was his mother.
Alex, it's Mom. She's in the hospital. You need to come now. The urgency in the voice on the other end of the line was unmistakable. It was a call to action, a call that demanded he drop everything and rush to her side.
The frantic drive to the hospital was a blur. The city lights whizzed past him, a kaleidoscope of colors that he barely registered. His mind was racing, filled with 1,000 thoughts and fears. What if he was too late? What if something happened to her? The questions gnawed at him, each one more terrifying than the last. The world, usually a backdrop to his grand aspirations, suddenly sharpened into focus. Every detail seemed to stand out in stark relief, from the faces of the people he passed to the sounds of the city around him. It was as if he was seeing everything for the first time, with a clarity that was both exhilarating and terrifying. The faces of strangers, etched with their own stories of joy and sorrow, seemed to mirror the storm raging within him. He saw the worry in their eyes, the tension in their bodies, and he knew that they were all fighting their own battles. It was a sobering reminder that he was not alone in his fear and uncertainty. For the first time in a long time, I felt a surge of emotions that had nothing to do with work, ambition, or success. It was a raw, unfiltered wave of feelings that left me reeling. I realized that I had been so focused on my career, on achieving my goals, that I had lost sight of what truly mattered. Fear, regret, and a profound sense of vulnerability washed over me, exposing the fragility of the life I had built. I had always thought of myself as strong, as someone who could handle anything that came my way. But in that moment, I felt small and powerless, at the mercy of forces beyond my control. A life that had suddenly become inconsequential in the face of my mother's illness. All the things I had worked so hard for, all the achievements and accolades seemed meaningless. The only thing that mattered was being there for her, supporting her in her time of need. It was a wake-up call, a reminder of what was truly important in life. If you enjoyed this video and found it helpful, please don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe to my channel for more inspiring content. Your support means a lot.